believe it's the dawn of the 2023 football season, and we're joined by head coach Brad Harris of the Benton Panthers with a season preview brought to you by our new sponsors this year of the Benton Football Network, True Gentleman and True Boutique, Caitlin King with Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Central Arkansas Inflatables, and Chepe's Mexican Grill. Coach, it seems like these summers are shorter and shorter. The football season gets here quicker and quicker, doesn't it?
It is. I'll tell you what, this summer seems like it just got started and it was over with, Getting ready for school, we've been in school almost a week now, but we've had an eventful summer and it's been a good summer, good productive summer for us, but it definitely has gone quick this year.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You've got some trophies behind Matt there. Another off-season state championship in weightlifting for the guys, and then 2 championships in 7-on-7.
Right. Yeah, we had a really good off-season. From January till now, we've been very productive. We always push the weight room, and the guys compete in there, and we won our 5th state weightlifting championship and our 3rd overall. So, we're excited about that. We take a lot of pride in having our guys to be physical, be strong, and we feel like that's what helps us win on the football field. So, when you look at the numbers, you would think that we're going to be productive again this year on the football field and competitive because we're as strong as we've been a long while. And then this summer, we had the best summer of 7-on-7 that we've had in several years, which we had a couple, we had Kleinback as a quarterback that had a lot of experience his first year in a couple of years that we've had that. And then Drew coming in as a sophomore that's been in the system. So we had 2 quarterbacks that really know our system and they're going to be good quarterbacks for us. And then played with a lot of young receivers. Defensively, I thought we got better, but we won the UAM 7-on-7. And then we went to the University of Arkansas and played in one of their 7-on-7 tournaments and won that. And then we finished 2nd in our tournament. So, we've had a really good season. We've enjoyed that, and our kids have gotten better every time we've stepped on the field. And I think after, 3 weeks of practice that we've been going with, I think that was practice number 15 yesterday that we had, and I think we've taken steps in the right direction.
Getting to play inside of Razorback Stadium must have been a thrill for the kids.
Oh yeah, I think they enjoyed that. And the day we got there, all the pool play was on the practice fields, and their practice facilities were phenomenal. They got to play one game in the indoor, then they went to the practice fields, and it rained on us a little bit, so they were kind of worried about getting to play on the grass field at the stadium. But by noon, it had cleared off. It was nice, and they let us get on the game field. So that was a neat experience for the guys, to get to play at Razorback Stadium. They got to play on all the fields, the indoor practice and the game field. But it was a lot of fun. We went up the night before, spent the night, kind of did a little team bonding type stuff, hanging out off the field. So, that's always good to get them out and hang out with them off the field a little bit, kind of see their personalities a little bit more. But had a good weekend. It's a good time.
Yeah. Were you able to get a vacation in with all the football this summer?
We actually did. The first week of dead period, we went down to Dolphin Island this year. Just never been there. Very secluded, quiet. Exactly what I liked. Wasn't going shopping or anything. Sat on the beach, sat on the porch, and that's about it. Man, it was a good week.
Refreshing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But football, for folks, it's not like it used to be. It is all summer long with a 2-week break for you now.
No doubt. This year I helped with the All-Star Week. I didn't coach in it, but I helped work the All-Star Week the last week of June. We kind of give our guys that last week of June before the dead period off those times. So I worked that, and then we went on vacation, came back and hit the ground running in July, getting ready for golf tournament, which was a huge success for us with all of our sponsors and community support. And then team camp, no 7-on-7s after the dead period, but team camps. And then, before we knew it, it was August. We're into longer practices and getting ready and prepping for, kind of fall camp type stuff.
Yeah, I got to believe this is year number 8 for you as the head coach. When you look at the whole culture of the football program, from the PDFL and how that's working and funneling guys up that know the system, to the community support, it's really at an all-time high.
I think so. I mean, we've got, what we feel like as a program, and that's what I've always wanted. I know Coach Netherby had that in mind the entire time. It's not just a good high school football team. Our junior high has been very successful over the last several years. Our 7th grade, even our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teams are being successful. They're winning football games like everybody wants to see, but they're learning our offensive scheme, our defensive schemes, our fundamentals, things like that. And that's what I enjoy seeing as the head football coach. When I come out on Saturdays, you know, when we use a term, they understand it, you know, and that makes our job easier if we get them to 7th graders, 8th graders, all the way up to high school. But it's an exciting time for Benton football.
Yeah, I've heard Coach Ray say they're farther along on the install this year offensively, and crediting that to the PDFL and just the knowledge of the scheme.
Well, definitely, Coach Ray. You know, I don't know if you know or not. You know, his son Grady is a 5th grader, and he's helping coach that team. He helped 4th grade last year, 5th grade. So you know that's going to be done right.
Yeah.
But definitely, you can see a correlation between teaching from the early ages all the way up to now. Kids are comprehending a little bit better. Our installs, I think, right now, offensively and defensively, probably a little further along than we were last year or the year before, you know. So, you know, that's always a good thing when we have a lot less teaching and we can just get drill work and fundamentals in.
Yeah. Let's talk about this year's squad as we record this on the morning of the benefit scrimmage with Little Rock Christian.
Right.
And I want to start on the defensive side because there's an old saying, for every 10th grader you start, you lose a game.
Right.
But that wasn't the case last year. You played a lot of young guys on defense. You've got 8 starters back for this year's team. So talk about the defense first.
Well, we're excited about that bunch. You know, we lose Jake Jones, who's a 3-year starter for us at Mike, and Patrick Shipp, and then we lost Pravarius Perkins and Javion Parker that kind of tag team the corner. Sometimes they were both on the field at the same time, but we lose a couple of good seniors that we've had in our program for a little while. Hunter Goodwin, kids like that. But man, I'm excited about the guys we got back. We got defensive end Peyton McNeely back. This will be his 3rd year to play at defensive line for us. He's a Harding commit. He's fired up about the season. We're excited for him. Ian Alvarez is another defensive lineman that love that guy, man. He is got bigger. He's about 6'3", 255 now. We're actually moved him into nose. He's so active. He's got a motor, a lot of energy, you know. So that disrupts a lot in the middle for us. Other defensive linemen that we've kind of moved 2 linebackers down because our linebacker core is so deep. We moved Ty Mattia down to defensive end and also Owen Seals. So that's kind of our 4 guys that are rotating a lot in there right now. Then we got 2 seniors, Jordan Burr and Josh Guerrero, the 2 seniors that have kind of been, you know, just guys that have developed, and they're helping us with some depth and everything. So we're excited about that bunch. We're not huge up front, but we got decent size. But the next phase of it, the linebacker core, is as deep as we've had since I've been at Benton. I mean, we've got senior Chase Harding. Chase he's had a phenomenal summer. Go back to the weightlifting championship. He PR'd, I think, a 355 on bench and 325 on power clean. And he's a big, strong kid. He weighs 245 pounds, playing Mike linebacker, and runs through the ball really well. So we're excited about what he's going to do to the middle of our defense. Walker Hicks, a junior that has got a chance to be as good a linebacker as we've had play. Last year he led us with 126 tackles. Just phenomenal year for a sophomore. Bigger, stronger. He squatted 600 pounds every day. He's big, strong, physical, fast. So we're excited about those 2 guys. And then we've got some other guys that are kind of still fighting for that 3rd spot. And we're not afraid to put any of them out there. Right now we've got Nick Wright, that's a junior that played a lot last year for us. And then also senior Jake Herbner. And maybe the surprise of the bunch is Alvin Allen. And Alvin, he's always been a kid that we wanted to get on the field, could keep him healthy. He's finally got to the point where he stayed healthy for a little while. And man, he has looked really good for us. We playing him kind of a weak side linebacker, and he's so fast on the field. He weighs 180 pounds, bench press 325, squats 550. He's going to help us. He's going to have a lot of depth right there. So really got a deep linebacking core that we like, and they're aggressive. They tackle well. So we're excited about our box play. We've also got 2 of our 3 safeties back. We've got Chris Bernard back for his 3rd year. We've kind of bounced him around from our bandit position, which is our weak side safety, to our free safety. He's been doing a little bit of both with injury to Gary Rideout. We played Gary at free safety and corner, but right now we've gone back to Chris at free with Gary's ankle injury. But then we also have J. Thomas Pepper back. And that was probably one of the biggest surprises last year. We wasn't really anticipating him coming in last year as a sophomore and playing safety for us. But man, he just attacks the ball so well, runs well on the field. He's got a motor all the time, and he knows the defense. He is very intellectual, I guess you could say, football-wise. He understands things. You can coach him. and he remembers that, and he coaches other guys on the field. He asks questions that a lot of guys don't ever ask, so it helps us as a total defensive unit. But yeah, we're excited about those guys. And then I mentioned Gary right out. We're playing him at safety some. Also playing him at corner. The other two corner spots right now are Marcus King, played some last year as a sophomore, and then we got Julius Stinson back, and he's hurt all last year, and ended up not even playing because of injuries. So we got those two guys that back, and then we got sophomore Cordell Payne from our junior team last year, played DB, receiver, phenomenal athlete, just like his brother Elias. Trying to train him at corner a little bit. Feel like he may end up starting softball for us, you know, just athleticism wise. He's really come on. So we're pretty excited about all this guys. We got a new move in, Landon Jackson from Bryant. Is working at safety. Really like him. He reminds us a lot of Jay Thomas Pepper, you know. So we're excited about some of the guys we got, and we feel like we got a really good chance defensively to be good this year.
That's a group that you mentioned Jay Thomas, but it's a group with a good IQ, football IQ,
Yeah.
and their passion and love for the game is just obvious when you talk to them.
Yeah, definitely. They love the game. You can tell they love coming to practice. You know, they wasn't loving getting up early in the mornings all the time, but they also they love the game though. When they're on the field, they're passionate about it. Jay Thomas is one that really does. You know, like I said, he asks questions sometimes. If last year as a sophomore, that you got seniors that don't ask those questions. You know,
Yeah.
he always wants to make sure he's covering all his bases, so to speak. So always want to watch some more film. But he, you know, we got Walter Hicks the same. You know, so we got some guys that are passionate, understand the game a little bit, and that's what makes you better.
Yeah. Let's go to the other side of the football. You got Braylon Russell, and a lot of attention to Braylon, rightfully so, as a D1 commit. But talk about the entire offensive scheme.
Well, it's going to start with us with Braylon. You know that. I mean, he's going to the University of Arkansas, going to be a phenomenal college player, but he's going to have a phenomenal this year, his senior year. Last year he played beat up a little bit. A lot of people didn't know that. He's back full speed. He looks like a different kid. He's 245 pounds right now. I mean, he's going to be a bruiser for us, you know, and he's got breakaway speed. So it's going to start with him. But we also got Chris Bernard that's over on defense. It's a really good running back too. So we got a really good 1-2 punch that we like. Quarterback wise, Klein Hooten last year started from week 5 after Jack got hurt from week 5 on. Got better every week, man. And you know, he's gotten better every day in off season. He works hard. He's a worker. He's putting himself in a position to be successful and everything. He understands the game, very smart kid and everything, but we're excited about what he's doing this year. Has progressed a lot from the quarterback position. We're in a much better position right now than we have been the last couple of years going into the season. You know, then we also have Drew Davis. You know, had a phenomenal 9th grade season. I think he threw for a little over 2,200 yards. He's got a chance to be really good by the time he graduates, and he's pushing Klein right now. So it's good to have competition in that room, and we like that. You know, both of them know that they're both good players, and they're both capable of being put on the field anytime. You know, and, they've had good days, bad days, and they've been getting after them. We're excited about that. Receiver-wise, we got 2 guys back from last year's team, Maddox Davis, and then Elias Payne. And Elias is out right now with an injury. We hope to get him back soon. We'll not have him for Saltville, but we hope to get him back maybe by Silver Heels. But we got those 2 guys back, dynamic players. Not real big, but man, they're very explosive kids. And then we got 2 sophomores right now, in Carson Collett and Will Carter. Same thing. I mean, all of them are smaller guys, but when they get the ball in their hand, they can make things happen. They're you know, 5'8" to 5'10", but man, they're explosive when you put the ball in their hand. So we're excited about those 4 guys. And then we've also got we had a move in from Magnet Cove. Bronson Kudus, who's going to play our tight end H-back guy, about 6'1", 225, 230. Like him, got good hands, he catches the ball and blocks well. So we're excited about those guys that are on the edge for us. O-line wise, we've got Parker Glaze back, we got Tanner Holden back, so we got 2 of our 5 back. They played most of all year last year, you know, starting, rotating in as a 6th man or something. So we like those guys. Caleb Purdy, guy that we thought last year would push for a start spot, but he had torn ACL. Is man in the center spot for us right now, so we really like him. Isaiah Gibson's a kid that we love, man. He's got an energy, got a motor. He's all in. You mentioned last night, he was a ball boy for the junior high game. He helps coach one of our PDFL teams, you know. He is just a phenomenal kid, but he plays with a motor and got some nasty to him, you know. So we like what he's doing. We moved Daniel Jordan over from the defensive line. He was our big nose guard at about 6'1", 300. Moved him over. He's right now starting at left guard for us, and that's added a little bit of size. We had two guys moved on us this year, Gabe McEllier and Jose Ortiz, so we lost 6'3", 280, 6 foot, 300. So we need a little bit more beef over there, so we moved Daniel over. He's done a really good job. We've also got two seniors, Jeter Stringer, and then also Seth Kenner out there. They're kind of competing into that spot. So that's kind of our top 7 guys on the O-line that are really competing for Friday nights right now. But they're coming on. You know, that what we thought was going to be a really good strength. Lost 2, we kind of moved, shuffled some people around, and they're coming on again. We really like where we're at.
Yeah, and your biggest targets by colleges, I would say Braylon, Peyton, and Chris Bernard,
Right.
have all committed and
Right.
gotten that out of the way so they can really focus. I know you've got to enjoy that.
I'm excited about that. That way they're not all caught up in all that. Chris and Peyton are both on the Harding, so we're proud for those 2 guys, and then Braylon in Arkansas. Gary Rideout is going to have a chance to go play college football. Probably have a couple others, but Gary has not decided where he's going to go. So it's good to get those seniors focused on their senior year instead of worried about college, right now. So, but I'm proud for those guys. Definitely.
Special teams, I know you're excited about Garrett Honeycutt at kicker, and you got Chris back at punter.
We do. Garrett's going to be a special kicker. He's going to be a Lucas Wilbur type kid. He's going to have a chance to play college football. Big leg. You're going to see a lot of balls probably put in the end zone kickoffs. We love that, Makes you a really good kick coverage team, Accuracy on his field goals and everything. He's got some work to do, but he's getting better every day with that. But we really like what he's doing for us right now. He can do the onside, different things that we do with Wilbur, So we're not going to miss a beat there. Then we got Chris back as a punter. And we got some other guys that we're rotating in there, but we'll have Chris back. And deep snappers, Peyton McNeely, he handled that for us last year. Struggled a little bit trying to find a short snapper. A lot of people don't pay attention to that, but Cole Tanner did a heck of a job last year for us as a kid. That's all he did. Took pride in it, man. Perfected his craft, but we've kind of struggled a little bit there. And also at Holt with Logan Owen, the kid that you don't look at those 2 positions. But we've struggled a little bit there, to be honest. We're rotating several kids in there. That's kind of a concern to us as a staff, but we're getting better, and we feel like we're going to be very serviceable there.
Yeah, just a quick outlook at the conference this year.
Well, I think we really got a chance to win it. I think Catholic's going to be good. They graduated. Their quarterback was really good. They graduated a really good receiver, but they got a lot coming back too. I think Marion is going to be a team that we're going to have to look out for. They had some good ones graduate, but they got a lot coming back too. And I've heard that they had a couple of really good move-ins from that area. So West Memphis got a lot coming back on defense. I think offensively they may struggle, but defensively they're going to be really tough. El Dorado, Chris Hill going down there from Sylvan Hills, he's going to be a spread team, and you spread those athletes out at El Dorado, and you got a chance to be good. So I think that's kind of the top of it. Searcy may be a team that slips up on you a little bit, so you got to pay attention to them, but I think that's going to be the top half. Sylvan Hills, talked to their head coach last night. He's young, so he's maybe a year away, but he likes a lot of his guys. They're just a lot of sophomores, and it kind of goes back to what you said. Play a lot of sophomores sometimes. They don't handle it well, so it's going to be depending on how those young guys handle it for them.
Yeah.
So we feel like we're going to be in the race this year.
Yeah. Benefit scrimmages tonight, and you're going to get a really good test from an excellent Little Rock Christian team.
Definitely. A lot of people haven't picked number 1 in the state. Some people got picked number 1 in the state, but finished second behind Greenwood. So that tells you how tough that conference is.
Yeah.
But they've got a really good quarterback in Walker White. He's going to Auburn. They got some good receivers. They got a running back that was a sophomore last year, tough kid. They're typically not as big up front on the offensive line, but they're always really sound. And then defensively, they got a really good linebacking core, probably very similar to ours. And they got a DB that I think is committed to UCA. So, they got some players. They're going to be a really tough team, They've really got on us the last couple of years, And we kind of switched the mentality. I've always looked at it as just a scrimmage, but we kind of game plan just a little bit more tonight, just a little bit more, not total game plan. And we told the kids, hey, you got number 1 team in 6A coming in. They're in our classification, and we need to get after it tonight. So, I hope to see a team that has a little bit of fire and relentlessness to them tonight, that plays with some passion and everything, even though it's a scrimmage game. you're going to see all ones in the first half, and then we're going to play our JV guys in the second half. So my expectation is for them to get after it in the first half and second half, regardless of who's on the field, and compete like it's a Friday night game.
Sounds great.
Okay.
I know we focus on the destination being War Memorial Stadium the first weekend of December,
Right.
but it's going to be a fun journey this year with this group. So
it's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah, so that journey begins tonight with the AAA benefit scrimmage against Little Rock Christian. And then the Salt Bowl, 1 week from Saturday, August 26th at War Memorial Stadium. You can get your tickets right now online. You can go to bentonfootball.com or any of the Benton Touchdown Club social media to find the link to buy tickets online. You can also go to the Benton City Hall where tickets are for sale, and you can get your Salt Bowl t-shirt for this year's game at Stated in downtown Benton. Coach, we'll look forward to visiting again next week,
Yes,
previewing the Salt Bowl.
Right.
Until then, thanks for joining us for the Benton Panther Football Preview 2023.